Kenna Phelan with the first serve, the Illinois setter. Big swing from Emmy Selman at the pin for Penn State, and that's a good start for the Nittany Lions. First-year Nittany Lion, her second season of college volleyball began at Ohio State, named a captain this year in her first season in state college. Auburn Tompkinson with the swing. It's dug in the back row by Kennedy Martin. Maggie Mendelson, the middle blocker for Penn State, runs the slide. She gets another crack at a tip, and good blocking by Illinois up front. Phelan sets the right side, and the swing from Avery Hernandez gets Illinois on the board in the first.
They start in a rotation that allows her to play front row for one rotation, and it's because she's really good on both pins.
From nearby Bloomington, Illinois, and that ball was terminated.
So it tricks the Illini block. They don't know where she's gonna go.
Addie Lyon with the serve. Auburn Tompkinson with a power tip. We're gonna see a ton of Kennedy Martin, no question about that. Tompkinson from out of bounds cuts that shot. Illinois wants the point, and yes, there was a net violation there on Penn State.
Blockers have the tendency to continue with that ball. You gotta see where that's going and stop short inside there.
Illinois with its first lead of the match, and Kennedy Martin throws that one right into the Illinois block, and it lands on Penn State's side. Good start for Illinois. Taryn Kirsch with the serve, and this venerable barn, Huff Hall, seats right around 4,300, and it is largely full here this afternoon. A great crowd and very energized. Illinois looking for a win against a top 25 Penn State team. Lyon throws it Kennedy Martin's way, and she blasts the ball for her first kill. Her Huff Hall debut, her first season with Penn State after 2 at Florida, where she was 2-time first-team All-SEC. Kenzie Kogan with the serve. Jillian Grimes was able to pass it, and Penn State looked like they were going to be out of system there, but they pick up the point.
I think she's got the hands on the ball. She just needs to give it a little bit more so that it goes to the spot she wants it to.
Hernandez from the back row. Lyon settles underneath it for Penn State, and that's Alexis Ewing with her first swing of the day. Aguayo off the block, and I think it hit Philpott. Right place, right time for both Aguayo and Philpott. Someone was using their head, Mac, as you said. Wow, and that was a sharp cross-court kill for Kennedy Martin. Martin, the 6'6" junior with the serve. He serves Aguayo, the freshman. And Taylor DeBoer takes a chunk out of the block as Kenna Phelan is on the bench for this rotation. Ewing off the block. Point Penn State. Ava Wysocki, the freshman from Killdeer, Illinois. Phelan, the Florida State transfer. Named Big Ten Setter of the Week at the end of September. Jordan Hopp, the middle blocker with the swing there for Penn State. Here's DeBoer, great dig by Selman. Selman the swing. And a point for DeBoer in the Illini. Phelan serves Selman. Jillian Grimes, the senior libero. That was an overpass. And it's still alive. Tompkinson, the second overpass, is pounded down. And they're trying to snap a 3-game skid of their own.
All the balls that are hitting their floor are all dying in front of them. I'd like to see them ready to pursue forward a little bit better.
That's an ace serve.
And she's pretty high air with it, but when it's in the court, it's hard to pass.
He's in the court there, too. Passed well by Aguayo, leads to an in-system swing for DeBoer. Here comes Penn State. Great dig by Kirsch, the libero. Martin the dig in the back row for Penn State. Mendelson able to get it over. DeBoer again. That's out of bounds, point Penn State.
She also hits on the bick quite a bit.
The back row attack. Great job by DeBoer to change her swing mid-air. Martin from the bick, the back row. And the kill in the middle for Gabby Dean. Here's Martin off the block, point Penn State.
Doesn't matter where she is, front row, back row.
Just got to mind your footwork, stay off that 10-foot line.
So she can go get on top of that ball a little bit better.
So tough serve handled by Selman. Martin off the block, dug by Tompkinson. Over to Aguayo, 6 rotation freshman outside hitter. Tompkinson the dig. Aguayo the pass to the back row, it's Hernandez, dug by Grimes. Now Martin, dug by Kirsch, it's in the net and knocked over by Tompkinson. Now Mendelson, blocked but down on Illinois' side, point Penn State. It feels like an NCAA tournament match. Philpott with the swing from the pass by Phelan, overpass. Penn State did a good job blocking it. Roll shot, Kennedy Martin, she's got that in her bag also. 5 kills already for the 2-time All-American, and a service error on Penn State, but it is not an anomaly. 20-plus kills in 9 of her 13 Big Ten matches this season, on par with her 2 sensational seasons at Florida.
It's a quiet 5 kills, but not usually.
Phelan sets Philpott. Dug by Jocelyn Nathan in the back row for Penn State. And the plane was broken by the Nittany Lions. Amy Collier in Wisconsin took care of a ranked Indiana team up in Madison today. Here's Aguayo with the serve for Illinois. And Martin tools the block. She's up to 6. Martin serves now. She is an excellent server with 35 aces on the season, a single season career high for her. Swept over by DeBoer. And now Ewing from the Huff Hall rafters over to DeBoer. That was a line drive pass. Penn State scurrying around. Ewing swings line and picked up a touch. A true freshman. She has, barely scratched the surface of her potential. You see Ewing, who can touch the top of the pin at 11 feet above the ground. There she is on the block attempt. On the slide now, it's Hop. She stays out of the net. Kirsch for DeBoer. That ball was smoked by Taylor DeBoer. Well, if it defies your volleyball physics, then it really must be a tough shot. Here's Martin from out of no man's land. And Dean with another kill. She was teed up by Sophie Randall. Subtleties of different setters. Very interesting. Ewing popped up by Aguayo. And Randall offers the free ball to Penn State. Ewing read the defense expertly. Her 3rd kill. DeBoer off the block and out of bounds, point Penn State.
Right over top, but Hop read that like a book.
DeBoer out of system swing, and it's wide, point Penn State.
Yep, I remember in college a couple times losing to those teams and missing out on seeding opportunities and stuff like that. So it's huge to make sure that you're locked in and trying to beat everybody you can.
19th ace of the season for Faldudo. And Illinois with a big point to stop the run for Penn State. And a feel in the serve for Illinois. Serves Selman. Lyon back to Selman. The dig by Aguayo. DeBoer. And the tip lands. Taylor DeBoer with her 5th kill of the 1st. Illinois serves to tie. Back row Martin. It's dug by Phelan. What a play. DeBoer. Dug by Faldudo. Selman off the block. It's Dean into the net, point Penn State. DeBoer has to pass it over to Tompkinson. From the pin, Selman blocked, dunked back, and Phelan flies in for the dig. Mendelson, crafty move, but Illinois keeps it up. Great work by the Illini. DeBoer, a running swing into the net. Point Penn State. Overpass. Selman, what a dig by Aguayo. Tompkinson gets it to drop.
Keeping that ball in is all you got to do there.
Mendelson, and a point for Penn State. And that serve is out of bounds by Lexi Jin as it celebrates its 100th year, and there's an ace serve. Mendelson the kill for Penn State. They have set point. And we welcome those of you who just watched Washington win the Big Ten Tournament Championship in women's soccer. An emotional day for the program after the passing of Mia Hammonds. We have a set point here inside 100-year-old Huff Hall in Champaign, Illinois, that was just denied by Auburn Tompkinson and Illinois. Kenzie Kogan the serve. Kennedy Martin off the block, point Penn State, and the Nittany Lions survive and take the first set 25-23. And no air conditioning, which you don't need on a cold day like this, but it can get toasty in August and September. 5 kills in the first set for her, number 1 in white. Nearly an ace serve. Grimes offers up the free ball. Aguayo with a fastball, and a point for Illinois.
It was the right step. She just hit the other shot.
Kennedy Martin from the back row, and that's out of bounds. And a service error for Kirsch. Penn State on the board in the second. Penn State swept on Friday night in West Lafayette by the 9th-ranked Purdue Boilermakers. Illinois swept in its first match of the weekend against number 1 Nebraska. Aguayo, roll shot, and she's got 3 kills on the afternoon. Her coaching journey actually began right here inside Huff Hall, where she was a volunteer assistant for Illinois right after her Penn State playing career ended. This would have been the 2002 volleyball season. She was here in Champaign as a volunteer assistant. And she remembers her time in Champaign very fondly. Her brother was playing on the football team for the Fighting Illini at the time, and she wasn't able to watch his football games when she was playing, of course, but was able to go to a lot of their home football games over at Memorial Stadium. Lyon the set, Mendelson, boy, that ball got down in a hurry. Check the floor, Mac, I think there's a dent. Aguayo off the block, popped up by Selman. Phelan sets the pin, and Philpott hammers that ball. 2 kills for Philpott now. Kennedy Martin at the pin. Nothing Aguayo can do about that, and it's into the student section. Selman serves, and it's long. Point Illinois. She serves Grimes. Mendelson, she's heating up. Maggie Mendelson with 5 kills. I was way behind on my Mendelson numbers. She's up to 7 kills now on 12 swings. Hasn't committed an error yet. But Illinois with the answer. Phelan with the serve. And Martin the swing off the block. Kept alive by Aguayo. She covers a lot of ground in the back row. Martin. That is a point for Penn State.
They are a much more balanced team and don't have to rely solely on Kennedy Martin.
And has got 3 kills already in this match against number 25 Penn State. And Dean mishits that ball. Point for Penn State. Assistant coach on John Cook's staff back in the latter part of last decade before coming here to Champaign. Been in the Midwest a long time now after his pro playing career ended.
She would have gone with the block. She would have been free, but she tried to bring that ball in a little bit too far.
Aguayo off the block. Illinois knew she'd be a great ball control player coming in, but they didn't necessarily expect her to be this consistent right away in the Big Ten.
The passing in the backcourt and then getting up to hit, too. It's a hard job.
Tompkinson gets that one to drop.
Yeah, setters, I mean, you're going to get more than 10 assists every single time,
right.
But it's difficult. Some games you might not get 10 kills as an outside hitter, so it's really impressive that she's got 7 of those double-doubles this season.
Great dig by Phelan off the Penn State block. Here's Aguayo, and she takes it right through the Penn State block for another kill. That was a funky serve by Kenzie Kogan. Now Martin from behind the 10-foot line, dug by Kogan. Thrown over to Aguayo, blocked out of bounds. Point Illinois.
It's a huge mismatch there. A good tool for the Illini to be aware of.
We might have to update that double-double graphic we showed you. Aguayo already with 6 kills and 9 digs. Phelan from out of bounds. Selman. A lot of heat on that swing. Penn State's offense humming right along, hitting .294 for the match despite one of their more prominent attackers, Caroline Juravicius, who is injured and did not make the trip.
Now, when you're missing out on numbers from Juravicius like this, you need Maggie Mendelson or somebody else to step up, and Maggie Mendelson is definitely that player to do it. She's able to. She's putting that on display here today, being so aggressive up at the net. And props to Addie Line for just kind of forcing that ball and keeping her involved as much as possible.
Some star power in the audience. Cameron Hanna, the national champion. I mean, talk about stuff in the box score. Over 1,700 career kills and a boatload of digs, aces, even assists. Watching on as her former team has a 1-0 lead over Illinois and another neck-and-neck set here. Emmy Selman with the swing out of the timeout.
At the end of the season, that's what you're looking at, is the RPI, your ranking, your wins, and this would be a huge win for Illinois, getting another top 45 ranked RPI win. But Penn State, on the other hand, just needs to keep getting wins, being on a 3-game losing streak and threatening dropping out of the top 25 ranking-wise. I love having her in the back row for the Illini because she's basically playing DS, passing, playing defense, but she's also an attacker. She's an outside hitter, so she serves a bunch of different purposes back there.
Penn State has been ranked in the top 25 of the ABCA coaches poll 561 weeks in a row. So if Penn State drops out of the top 25, it'd be the first time since 1988 in which the Nittany Lions haven't been ranked in the top 25. Remember, they already lost this weekend, so if they lose today, they're definitely coming out.
That would be a historic situation.
Historic. 6-1 scoring run has helped Penn State take control of this second set, and that's another gimme point for Kennedy Martin on the overpass. Martin's already got 10 kills. Phelan dumps it over the 5-7 setter. She was a 5-star recruit coming out of Fayetteville High School in Arkansas. Her head coach, Chris Thomas, said she is as close to Jordan Poulter as anyone he's coached in terms of leadership style. She has been an excellent addition to Illinois this season. Sophie Randall sets Taylor DeBoer. That comes right off the block. Chris Thomas said sometimes she wants it too much, which I suppose is a good problem to have. You'd rather that than the alternative. Here's Kennedy Martin, dug by Aguayo. She's into double-digit digs now. DeBoer, the tip, and the point for Illinois. She and Auburn Tompkinson leading Illinois in that category. That's an error, but not by much. They had to think about it at least. Wow, that was a fastball serve from Kennedy Martin. And a great pass by Kirsch, and it leads to an Illinois point as Penn State gets their wires crossed defensively. Alexis Ewing, huge swing from the freshman. Her first kill of the set, 4th of the match. Tompkinson drives that ball into the block and down on Penn State's side.
So that arm doesn't come through until the last second. Makes it hard for the blocker to read.
Her 3rd year on a college volleyball roster, but she didn't play in her first 2 seasons at Texas. So in some ways, athletically, she is a freshman, but a big add out of the transfer portal for Chris Thomas and Illinois. Big answer by Penn State to win the point and get to the red zone here, 20-18 now in the second. Tompkinson and the Illini awaiting a serve from Jordan Hopp.
And the Nittany Lions with the blocking sub here. So they've got no setter on the court. We can expect to see Ava Falduto probably setting this ball if it comes back over.
Gabrielle Nichols checks into the game for the first time for Penn State, number 8 up front. Tompkinson swings deep and puts it in. Point Illinois. Overpass, Philpott the swing, and Penn State was in the net. Point Illinois.
Trying to go for the soft block. Don't try and reach over and get it. Just put your hands low below the net. Try and get a flat touch off of that ball.
Out of bounds on the swing by Kennedy Martin, and Illinois has surged into the lead, 21-20. Hogan's serve. Over to Selman now, blocked. Point Illinois. We are down to the wire here in the second set as well. Mendelson. Mac, you said in the timeout, Penn State's got to work it to her, and they heard what you were saying.
Yeah, Maggie Mendelson's been quiet here towards the end of this set, and that's been their bread and butter. Maggie Mendelson's been almost automatic at this point, so getting her the ball right now is going to be huge for them.
She's into double-digit kills for the 7th time this season. Phelan throws it to Hernandez out of the back row. That was beautiful. Lyon for Martin. Point Penn State. Nittany Lions down 1.
It's exactly who you go to. Expect a ton of balls to Kennedy Martin and Maggie Mendelson right now. They're going to try and keep the ball off of the true freshman Alexis Ewing out there on the outside. Unless they have to in out-of-system situations, expect a ton to Mendelson and Martin.
Hernandez, roll shot dug by Lyon, the setter. Martin. Great dig by Kogan of Illinois. Hernandez blocked. Mendelson and Martin ready for her. Penn State calling for a back row attack. That, as you can see, was not called. Hernandez stuffed.
Lots of uproar from the Penn State coaching staff on that play.
Philpott with a big swing out of the timeout. And the Illinois middle blocker gives the Illini set point in the second. Jocelyn Nathan with the pass to Lyon, and it's Martin into the back corner to tie us at 24.
The Illini defense needs to do a better job at staying outside of the block.
Wow, and some senior magic for Jillian Grimes. An ace serve with some help from the nylon.
Using the equipment to her advantage.
It's set point Penn State, how things have turned here. What a dig by Grimes. Ewing, dug by Kirsch. Hernandez off the block to tie us at 25. We'll see how long we go here. Martin. Phelan throws it to the pin, and the swing from Kogan. It's a point for Illinois.
The Illini have clearly run out of subs, it appears, and they've got a libero Diaz playing in the front row now. They're going to have to make adjustments based on that. Have to see what's going to happen here.
Of attackers, she's in the front row right now. Chris Thomas directing traffic as Phelan serves, set point number 2. Great dig by Aguayo. This is Phelan to Dean, dig by Grimes. Phelan to Dean, point Illinois. And the Illini take an extended second set. Remember that Penn State is without Caroline Juravicius. She has not traveled on the road this trip for Penn State to West Lafayette and now Champaign. And for Illinois, Gabby Dean making her first start in the middle, taking the place of Kayla Burbage. Jordan Hopp to serve, it's long, and we're tied at 1.
But that ball gets behind her a little bit when she serves, and it soars out of bounds sometimes.
Penn State has 3 aces in the match to Illinois' 1. Auburn Tompkinson with the swing. Grimes flags it down. Selman, a thunderous ball off the block, and Illinois in perfect position.
That block was in the exact place it needed to be.
Service error for Illinois, and you mentioned Jillian Grimes, your former teammate. She has gone over the 1,500 career dig mark in this match.
No surprise there.
11 today for Grimes. And suddenly service errors becoming a pattern early in the third. Kenzie Kogan with the service error. Kogan with maybe the most memorable play of that second set. Illinois out of substitution. She's a defensive specialist, had to take a swing in the front row and picked up her first career kill. Here she is with the pass way over to Aguayo, and that's into the net. So coming into the third set, Matt, both teams were hitting over 300 for the match, and those percentages are dipping a little bit here.
Way down right now. Both teams need to settle in. That service pressure needs to stay on, but focus on that first ball and take care of it from both sides, behind the end line and with the passing front.
And maybe Alyssa Aguayo can get us going. That was a good serve. Kennedy Martin swings, a lot of spin on that ball, and Martin picks up another kill, her 13th.
Tons of spin on that ball right there. You've got to be able to read that off of her hand. When she cuts across at that ball, she takes some off of it and just kind of comes across the side of the ball, giving it more spin, and it's going to drop on the sideline right there. You got to be able to read that if you're the Illini backcourt.
Kind of comes with the libero position, a feisty personality.
It absolutely does.
Martin serves. DeBoer, high bounce off the block. Dumped over by Nittany Lions. DeBoer terminates. Feeling serves for Illinois. Lyon throws it to Alexis Ewing. That's out of bounds. Point Illinois. Lyon to Jordan Hopp. Kirsch tees up DeBoer, blocked. And last touched by DeBoer on the way down. Point Penn State.
Hit and dodge at the same time.
It's an awful lot to ask. There's an ace serve. But you were talking about dodgeball for a second. And another one here for Ava Faldudo, her second ace of the match. Now up to 20 on the season. And it's another ace for Faldudo.
So that ball just drops off right in front of the passers.
Faldudo led Penn State in aces as a freshman last season with 39. Lyon for Hopp, down the line but out. Hernandez off the tape. Selman blocked. Great job by Faldudo to get it over from a tough angle. Aguayo the swing, point Illinois. 7 kills for Aguayo, and we are tied at 10 in the third. On the slide, Hopp gets it back. It's dug by Hernandez. Lyon dumps it over, and she is 2 for 2 on the attack. There's an ace serve for Penn State.
There's that lethal Jordan Hopp serve. Again, when it's in, it's flat and deep and so hard to read. Comes with a ton of heat.
Brad Senior from Iowa State. This is her second year in the program. Tompkinson winds up and lets it rip. That's out of bounds, a service error, point Penn State. You know, we haven't, okay, I was gonna say, we haven't had any challenges so far in this match, and that is going to change. Chris Thomas, no doubt challenging in or out.
Illinois loses their challenge.
Okay, so challenge unsuccessful for Chris Thomas. The other matchup is on that screen, Nebraska, UCLA, mark your calendars. Huff Hall is howling right now. I'm not sure if they saw another replay or just what happened, but back to the action with Penn State up 2 in the third. Free ball from Hernandez. Grimes races in. Mendelson hammers it. Point Penn State. Lions serves Kirsch. Here's Tompkinson. Dug by Lyon. And Martin. Out of bounds. Point Illinois.
She's got to get almost a side arm on the ball and get her hand on the side of it, create some side spin, and that's when that ball drops in on that sharp sideline.
On the slide, Mendelson. Aguayo with some heat.
She just stops too sometimes mid-swing.
Martin, crafty play by the power hitter. Doesn't always have to swing power. Well, Mac, we think we have a pretty good match on our hands between Penn State and Illinois. We're not alone. As you look across the Big Ten landscape, these matches streaming currently on Big Ten Plus. USC, Washington have split the first two. Michigan State, Oregon are playing in the fourth set with Michigan State up 2-1, and the fourth set very close, like our third set here is here in Champaign.
Good volleyball everywhere you look in the Big Ten.
Aguayo serves. Mendelson just destroys the ball for Penn State.
The Illini block will eventually have to probably commit to Mendelson. She keeps up with this.
Well, Ashlyn Philpott is having a nice afternoon for Illinois in the middle. That's her 5th kill. Sophia Randall's turn to serve. Serving to tie here midway through the third set. Penn State won the first set. Illinois won the second. And that's a point for Penn State. Too many touches for Illinois.
In out-of-system, Taylor DeBoer likes to swing flat cross court, and Jordan Hopp is reading that like a book right now. She's in the right spot almost every single time on that DeBoer cross court out-of-system swing.
Kennedy Martin with an ace serve.
Lots of passion in there, that's for sure.
Illinois down 3. Big swing from Hernandez. Ewing with the answer, dug by Kogan. In the middle, Dean. Grimes races in. Ewing off the block, but down on Illinois' side. Point Penn State.
There is no setter over on the Penn State side right now. Nittany Lions is off the court, so there is a blocking sub in for Nittany Lions basically, but that shifts Jordan Hopp over to the right side right now.
Hernandez and contact with the antenna for the Penn State point. 4-0 run for Penn State, and a 5-point lead in the third feels like a lot with how tight this match has been. Hernandez, tough angle, great job staying out of the net. Now Ewing, kept up by Aguayo, what a play. Penn State in trouble, and it's an Illinois point. Phelan serves. On the slide, Hopp, dug by Aguayo. Hernandez, dug by Nathan. This is Ewing. Wow. That's a point for Avery Hernandez and the Illini.
There's a ton of outside sets right now. I'd love to see Phelan get her middle and right side involved just a little bit more, just to keep that offense a little more balanced here.
This is Hernandez with the serve. Back row, Martin. Aguayo. Dug by Grimes. Selman. Out of bounds. Point Penn State, however, off a touch.
Good flat swing on an inside route from Emmy Selman. She was inside the court there after she had to play defense all the way bunched in. Didn't get all the way outside, but Nittany Lion knew that, left her inside, and Emmy Selman's able to flatten that ball out high hands.
Both teams hitting exactly 287 for the match, so both teams have been low error. We've got some high kill totals, some high assist totals, and we're not even through 3. Point Illinois. Taryn Kirsch with the serve. Mendelson changes things up. Tompkinson, it's on Penn State side. Oh, Selman fell down. Tompkinson spikes that ball off Maggie Mendelson's forehead. Gets a swing away. Great job by Philpott in recovery, but Mendelson has the final laugh. Mendelson in early to mid-October had 5 straight matches where she hit 10+ kills. Last 4 she has not gotten there until today. Huge piece of Penn State's offense as they eye another postseason run. A dozen for Tompkinson. Here's Martin. Great dig by Kogan, but it's an overpass. Now Martin again, and it's a Penn State point.
Kennedy Martin down the line, what a kill.
Serves error, gives Illinois a point. She serves Nathan. Mendelson into the donut, Phelan is underneath it. Martin, dug. Hernandez dug by Nathan. Martin swings off the block. Philpott calls for it on the slide. She puts it away.
But I love the finish there from Philpott with that slide, a little bit out of system too.
Hernandez, tool shot kill. Ewing, enough snow, it's out of bounds, point Illinois. Point Penn State. And they play with fire, but hold on to win the third and take a 2-1 lead in the match. And there hasn't been an NCAA tournament without Penn State. All 44 years of an NCAA volleyball tournament has included the Nittany Lions. And a win like this would certainly help their resume. You know, they're not on the outside looking in, but these are important matches down the stretch here for Penn State. Ava Faldudo with a serve that skims the tape. Tompkinson off the block and inbounds, point Penn State. Faldudo again, off the tape again. Dean, point Illinois. Coming in for the redshirt sophomore from Columbus, Indiana, practicing really well as of late and earning a spot in the starting lineup for Chris Thomas. That's Philpott, her battery mate in the middle for Illinois, and just like that, we're tied at 2.
Love that swing from Philpott, little wrist away action there.
We just showed you Penn State's tournament resume entering the weekend. Here's how they can continue to bolster their resume going forward. Great opportunity against Minnesota up next, and Nebraska is still on the schedule as well, but they look about as unbeatable as anyone has in recent years in this sport. A hook shot from Hop. Back row, Hernandez, that's out. Point Penn State. Hop the serve. Aguayo puts it down in front of Kennedy Martin. She's still on double-double watch. That was her 9th kill, but she has a career-high 20 digs today. She still is having a monster match with 15 kills, as that's a long serve from Addie Lyon. Point Illinois to tie us up at 4 in the 4th. Aguayo serves Faldudo. Lyon underneath it for Martin. Point Penn State off a touch. 468 kills this season for Kennedy Martin. She crossed the 500 mark last year at Florida. Sophie Randall serves. Grimes. Ewing. And a swing into the net from Jocelyn Nathan, not her game. Point Illinois. Kenzie Kogan swing at the DS position for Illinois earlier in this match. Mendelson has just been a force up front. 16 kills for Mendelson, and how about DeBoer with the hang time to get it over? A great dig by Nathan, and a point for Penn State, and now Nathan is getting her flowers, as you would say.
If Ewing is reaching, she is successful more often than not.
DeBoer puts it in front of Grimes. That's hard to do. And a service ace. It's the second ace of the match for Illinois. Nathan the pass. Here's Ewing. Wow, she can fly. Her mom is Cheryl Weaver, a three-time All-American at Long Beach State. She played against Katie Schumacher-Cawley in college and then played with her on the U.S. national team. Over to Ewing from Grimes. Dug by Hernandez. Aguayo. Point Illinois.
So a DS playing in the front row here.
Not even the first time today we've seen that, Mac. Oh, it's underneath the net.
Falduto's in the back row serving the next rotation, so worth it.
Lyon underneath it. Selman cross court and shanked. Point Penn State. Falduto, a good server for Penn State. She had 14 aces in the NCAA tournament last year. Now the pass to Selman, and it's a point for Penn State. Nittany Lions get a touch. Selman's the third hitter into double-digit kills for Penn State today, and Tompkinson is shut down. Selman with 10-plus kills for the 10th time this season. Her career high is 27 against Penn State when she was a freshman at Ohio State last year. Buckeye turned Nittany Lion. Here she is. And the dig by Hernandez is nearly out of play. Great effort by Aguayo into her own bench.
She's been a little bit quiet the last couple of games in Penn State's last losses, so it's good for her to get some good kills here.
That's a BB of a serve. Dumped over by Lyon and Kirsch. What a play. Aguayo the free ball. Selman continues to have the hot hand. Philpott denied. Maggie Mendelson, but out of bounds.
So I can expect to see Philpott getting quite a few sets here in this set.
That's what you want. You want Illinois to use its middles more.
Yes, absolutely. Keeps their offense more balanced. They're really pin heavy right now.
14-13, Penn State in the fourth. Illinois serving to tie. Emmy Selman has been the big swinger for Penn State in this set. And Illinois has tied us up.
Her hot hitters are in the front row right now, and she can feed them a ton of balls.
Tompkinson, DeBoer, and Aguayo each have 12 kills for Illinois. Kirsch the free ball. Lyon the pass. Martin from the back row, it's touched. Point Penn State. Ace serve, Addie Lyon. Addie Lyon has worn a pacemaker since she was 14 when she suddenly went into cardiac arrest 4 times. She is an amazing story of perseverance and grit. Provide adequate equipment in the form of resuscitation monitors and devices in arenas and venues like that.
Illinois is challenging. There was a touch on the block.
This looks like probably our best angle, and yep, that looks pretty clear over top of Maggie Mendelson right there.
After review, there was a touch on the block. Call is reversed. Point Illinois. They retain their challenge.
Aguayo serves for Illinois, down 2. Martin delivers.
Creativity at its finest out here.
20 kills for Martin for an astonishing 13th time this season. Ball just pinballed around. Ewing into the block, still alive. Kogan feeling the free ball for Penn State. Mendelson calls for it, it goes to Martin. Phelan sets DeBoer, blocked out of bounds, point Illinois. Sophie Randall serves into the net. Jillian Grimes serves. What a dig by Grimes on DeBoer. Ewing is blocked. Point Illinois. It's been a great match. Martin, we've seen plenty of her. That's been the least surprising development today. And Tompkinson with a big swing in the middle. Huff Hall in Champaign, built in 1925, and that was a wicked. I thought that was in. I'm sorry, it's a point for Penn State.
All of these challenges today, I feel like, have been so close.
Tompkinson, great dig by Martin, and Grimes swats it over. DeBoer dug by Grimes. DeBoer again, into the block and out of bounds. Point Illinois. Another chance to tie for Illinois. Martin soaring in out of the back row. Lions sets, hop. Back on Penn State side, and a great job by Kennedy Martin.
Sure, but she moves that ball around, keeps the ball up on defense so often.
Grimes the dig. Selman the swing, and Kirsch couldn't keep it alive. Point Penn State with Addie Lyon on the bench and Ava Faldudo serving long. And a point for Illinois, 22-20. Grimes the pass. Back row, Martin off the block, out of bounds. Point Penn State. 21 kills for the three-time Big Ten Player of the Week. Philpott dug by Martin. It is an overpass and a joust. Feeling for Tompkinson. Blocked out of play. Point Illinois. Kogan serves, Illinois down too late. Selman tools the block, and it is match point, Penn State. Addie Lyon serves. What a play by Kogan to save the match. Aguayo cross-court kill. And you admire the fight from the Fighting Illini. DeBoer. Grimes digs it. Free ball. Phelan. DeBoer. DeBoer again. Kept alive by Lyon. Martin. Point Penn State. And that's the match.